Welcome to Flavourful Eats. Today we're doing South Indian brunch. Joining me is Raji.
Hi.
Raji can tell us a little bit more about herself.
Yeah, I'm a medicinal chemist who worked in a biotechnology company, and then I moved on to teaching part-time chemistry in the nearby community college, and cooking was my passion. So I started doing cooking because I have a lot of spare time, and also I come from a big family. Cooking was a part of the family galore, So I told Lahamsha that I'll come and cook here, if she give me a chance. So that's the reason I'm here. I'm going to cook today, the South Indian brunch, and we are going to use rava is the main ingredient. Rava is the Indian name for semolina. Semolina is in different grades. What semolina I'm going to use today is a medium grade semolina.
When you say different grades, you meant fine, little coarse and more coarse.
More coarse.
So between the three, you're using the middle of the range. So with that, you're going to get started. You're going to show us your ingredients you're using.
Yeah, that is most of the Indian cooking. We do what's called a tempering. So for tempering, I'm going to use mustard seeds, and then
that's fenugreek,
cumin, and then this is black gram, split black gram, and then a little bit of channa, and then peanuts, and some cashew nuts, and then curry leaves, and then cilantro. These are the major ingredients. And then to add flavor to it, I am also going to add a little ginger. This is a chopped ginger and chopped carrots also. The main two ingredients for this is, these are the semolina. This is the medium semolina, and then some vermicelli. Vermicelli is nothing but all-purpose flour made into noodles and dried up. These are called vermicelli. In India, we use them a lot for making upuma and various other, and then some dessert also we make it out of that. And then to make them all come together, the liquid we are going to use is the yogurt. So yogurt will give it a soft texture, as well as it is a fermented. Again, it's a probiotic. Most of the Indian dishes have a lot of probiotics in them. So because of the probiotics, we are going to add curd to it. We call it curd, or otherwise it's called yogurt. And for tempering, we'll use oil. That is for making the rava idli. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of this oil, and then some water if the dilution is not sufficient enough.
And we use a high heating point oil, because you're going to bring the oil to quite high heat before you add the mustard seeds and things like that. Yeah. So with that, you're going to get started, right? Okay. The actual process.
Yeah. So I'm going to put the oil to it.
So the ingredients here are generally going to go through the whole cooking process. Just 1 or 2 other things being added in. For the actual idlis, you're not adding peanuts, are you?
I'm going to
add peanuts
too,
so
because that adds a protein. And while I go, I'll just tell you about what is the reason is, what is a idli for that matter. Idli is something that is made of rice flour and urad dal. Urad dal is what I showed you here, split black gram dal. So you just grind them together in a particular ratio, and then ferment it and then make it. So to make idlis, you need almost 36 hours of notice to make it. Traditional Indian dish. And then the origin of idli is originated from, some people say it's from India, and some people say it's from Indonesia. It is from 1200 AD. It's been known in India, and it was only in South India people were using idlis. And then what happened was, now idli is a chosen food for all over India, and then people use it all the time because it's very easy to make. And then the calorie value. Let's talk about the calorie value of each idli. The calorie is just 30 to 40 calories depending on the size of the idli you make per idli. So if you eat 3 idlis, it's your hunger is sufficiently quenched. So that's why they say that it's a nice chosen food in India. And also idli is generally used in hospitals also for convalescing patients because it's easily digestible and of low calorie also, because patients are always lying in the bed and they don't do exercises. So that's why idlis are very good. And then that is rice idli only was the first idli that came in vogue. During the Second World War, what happened was,
we can see we have a teacher in us, and thank you for the information. Go on.
what,
It's nice,
what happened
very
was in
important.
the Second World War, the availability of rice was very in short circuit. So what they did was, people have to use semolina, which was taken for the soldiers in the World War. So they used semolina to make the idli. That's how the rava idli came into vogue, you know. So it's much easier to make. Just roast the rava, roast the semolina, everything together, and then make it into a batter, and then put it in, and your idli is nothing but a dumpling. That is the Indian dumpling. That is, you make a dough and then cook it in the steam. So it is otherwise a dumpling. Indian dumpling is idli. So now
Chilies.
I am putting the chilies, green chilies,
And earlier on, you put some curry leaves.
curry leaves also I
Yes,
put some
you finished
curry
with-
leaves.
yes.
And then now I am putting the asafoetida. That's a hing, you know. It's a resin that is available from the bark of a tree. They use it from time and again, you know. So they say that it helps digestion. So I am putting 1 cup of semolina to this, and then it's a medium semolina, and then we are going to put.
Actually, I think there's much more than 3 different types. There's more types of semolina. They make it so fine, like absolute flour.
Yeah, that is true. And
But
this one is also, I am adding the vermicelli also. Both we are going to roast it for a while, and so that you get. So this is the rava idli we are going to make. You know, idli is rava dumpling otherwise. So if you see, it is 1 semolina to 1 semia we have added. In the case of other idli, 1 of urad dal to 4 of rice. So there is 20% of protein to 80% of carbohydrate is there. Here in this almost you have 10% of protein is there in this one. So people want less gluten in their diet should prefer the rice idli. People who don't mind gluten at all, they can go over to rava idli. So rava, you know, you have to roast the rava until it becomes a little flavorful. So roasting the rava helps cooking it much easier and faster. So if you cook well, you know, you're always out of trouble, because some people are much more finickier than other people. So those people will find it much more difficult to digest them also. That's the main reason we do it all the time. So now I think it's almost done. And
How do you know that it's done? Do you get a little aroma? Do you see the color?
aroma
Okay.
of that, and also it will turn a little brown. Don't allow it to
More
go
pink than brown.
Yeah, and also don't allow it to go to too brown also, because appearance is also a little bit important.
Very important.
When you make them, you know. So that is the main reason you have to see to it that it is not too much brown in color.
So the smell now is magnificent
Yeah.
all around, and it just adds so much more to everything.
Yeah. So now we can stop this. Yeah. So now I'm transferring into a bowl. So this is the bowl.
So if one wants to, one can do this halfway and keep it also for if you want to do it later.
Yeah. You can make this and then store it also in the fridge. It will be okay for a week. You know, you can keep them. Week to 15 days, no, depending on how much you roasted. You see.
It's okay.
So that's why that's done. Now to this, what we are going to add is a little bit of cilantro. We are adding a little cilantro. And
We
then-
provided the recipes for this.
Yeah.
This is a typical Indian cook. We just use our eyes and just use our smell.
And then there is grated carrots are there. I put these grated carrots
For colour.
For color.
And it adds more
color as
nutrition.
well as vitamins, you know, little bit because it becomes a wholesome
Yes.
eatable, you know. And then you put some ginger. So each are in different textures. I put it there. So now mix them all together. And then add salt to taste. I am putting yogurt to this, and then we are mixing them together. So once you mix the batter, don't mix it too much, because the texture will go off, So just very gently swirl it around, and then mix the salt with all the other ingredients, and then the batter is almost ready.
So you use a whole 2 cups of yogurt.
Yogurt I have added. Now it's too thick.
How do you know the right texture, the right consistency?
It's a idli batter. No, we call it an idli batter.
You need to explain here.
So idli batter is something we can just take it out and scoop it and put it. So while waiting, what I will do, we'll leave it for 10 minutes, and then in the meanwhile, I will oil this is the dumpling maker, idli maker, So what we do is, we put a little oil on them, and then just oil them neatly, so that the idlis come out nicely. Okay, we can just do it.
And the thing is, one of the reasons why you don't make your batter according to the right consistency right from the beginning is because once the semolina is heated, it absorbs a lot more liquid. So you wait till the last minute to see how much of liquid you actually need to add into
and also it absorbs, because it's dry.
Yes.
It absorbs a lot of water. So you wait until 10 minutes to see how much exact water is needed, and then put the water also. So I think this is enough.
You think this batter makes 16?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So now the idli plates are ready. So what we can do is just we need a spoon. Spoon is here. Okay. So a little bit water I will add.
Hand is always the best, so you're welcome to use your hands. So it's more or less like a little thick cake batter.
Yeah, it's a cake batter, or even
if you're making fritters.
Because it's not too dilute. At the same time, it's in Indian we call it a drop consistency. They call it
it's also a drop consistency.
Drop consistency. See,
that's in any language.
Yeah, so that's what we always say, that mix them to a drop consistency. Now I am going to pour them into the plates. So plates also you can do it the size of the idli. You can just choose. If there are too many people coming, you can quantity put on the plate can be made it smaller also, because the number you want to play the number game, then you can do it.
So for those that don't have these idli plates, don't despair. If you have egg pouching plates that you normally would put into the hot pot, you could use that. You could use just about any.
Or even in a dish you can put it, and then oil them nicely on the sides also, and then use them. Any dish in the you have to steam it. That's what is very important. The steaming cooks it. So that's what one needs to do.
And like you said, this is very good for people that's healing from something or the other.
Because it's a calorie content, it's very calorie contained.
And it's well digested. Like you said, the rice and urad dal variety is the better one for digestion if need be, depending on person's digestive, how they can digest food themselves. It's always good to work in team. And the other variety you're doing is basically
dosha.
That's a little bit more calorie.
That is, this is per piece. It's only 30 to 40 calories. Whereas if you make dosha, it is almost 70 to 80 calories. You see, because you use more oil to crisp it up. So this is a little bit of a much more healthier individuals can use that one. So,
and as you grow older, your ability to digest fat is even harder, isn't it?
Yes, and also yes,
you are the nutrition expert teaching nutrition in school too.
I teach nutrition also sometimes in school, because I am an organic chemist. They ask me to teach biotechnology and nutrition also. So these are all more catered towards food also. So I love to do cooking. That's the reason when Amsa said, I said I'll do it immediately. Because cooking, not only
We've
that,
been talking about this for the last 5 years intermittently.
Yes.
So I'm glad it came to fruition today.
yeah. So we
So
are
you
done
actually
with
came
that.
15,
Yeah.
right? So once the batter is all ready,
Ready now.
the water
there is
is
the water is
boiling.
boiling. That is the steamer we have. So put it in the steamer. So now it's already steaming. 10 minutes it has to stay there.
10 minutes.
So exactly 10 minutes.
And
you know,
what
it's 10
temperature?
That's the boiling temperature, the same temperature we put it earlier.
Okay.
So it has to boil throughout.
So you want it medium high?
Medium high is
Okay.
good.
All right. You got it in medium high. So Pujaji, our idlis are still going. We have another minute or so left.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, we're going to be showing us how to do the dosa.
Rava dosa. So I told you as it is what is rava and so on, so I don't have to go through it again. So rava dosa is nothing but it's made of rava and all-purpose flour and then rice flour. All the three are the major ingredients. Only thing, the glycemic load has increased from the rava idli to this because you are using rice flour. Again, this is more, it is less gluten is there. No, people who want to use less gluten, they can go over to the rava dosa also. And that's why the calorie value of a rava dosa is almost 70 calories compared to that of the rava idli. So when you add rice, you know, the calorie value
we can add it all in
goes
between
up.
as we
so,
speak.
And also this is the, I already have a
Salt.
in it and I am adding rava to it, as well as this is the rice flour and also the all-purpose flour. All the three flours have gone in. Now I am going to put a little bit of cumin to it.
So this is not roasted or anything, just
No,
plain
no,
cumin.
just because we are going to roast it anyhow.
Yes.
And then little bit of fenugreek. You know, fenugreek is, they say that it's a flavor enhancer. That's why they use it in everything. So now I put the curry leaves to it. These are the curry leaves, and then a lot of cilantro to it also, along with some asafoetida. So asafoetida gives it a nice strong flavor. I don't know, some people like it, some people don't like it also.
And the flavorings are optional.
Yeah.
You don't have to put
so any of the things you feel it's too strong, even cilantro, some people find it cilantro to be too strong, don't use them. If you feel so strongly about it, just you can avoid certain ingredients I told you also. Now I am going to add only water. So you add water to it so that there are no lumps in it. So little by little I am adding water.
So that's our dosa calling us. Our
Idli is done. I'll take the idli. We can stop it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can stop it.
You didn't want to check that it's
I'll
done?
check it. 1 second. I'll just mix this one. Otherwise, the lumps will form. No? I'll finish this, and then I'll come
That's
back.
the starch that will cause the lumps.
Starch immediately, it settles. So all these things, once you make the dough, it's better to finish it off faster because they called they form micelles. Once they form micelles, they become thicker and thicker and become more gooey.
Right.
So always these rava dosa mix also you can have to make it in little batches and do it, so that you can make a whole bulk and then keep it and then dilute it as and when you are making the thing. That's always safer that way. So I'll finish it and then I'll go over to that. Yeah.
So what kind of a batter is this? This is a very weak batter, correct?
Yes, it's a very weak batter.
Very much like a Western pancake batter.
Yeah, it's almost buttermilk.
Like
Have you seen the buttermilk? They say the consistency is like a buttermilk consistency. Now we'll open this and then you put a small piece of toothpick to it, and then put it through this. It should come without. See, now nothing is sitting on that, so it's ready. Let it cool down for a few minutes to settle down, and then we can take them out. In the meanwhile, we can switch on the thing, in here.
So there's no oil or anything that got into the batter itself.
No. So what I have done is, it's almost, can you see? This is the consistency. So it looks very watery, but it's okay.
So Raji, you put all that batter together, all the different ingredients.
Yes, this is the consistency, you know.
Right.
It will be like a flowing consistency. So once it's ready, take it out and then pour it all over the
Yes, that look more like it. Yeah.
pan, you know. So that it will be, just see to it that no gaps are there. So, but with the gaps, it looks pretty. So what you do?
Cooking
now,
is an art.
Yeah, now you put the oil all over. That's why I said, you know, this is a little bit more calorie. The more oil you put, the more crispier it tastes, you know.
Yeah. Also, the rice flour help it to turn crispy as well as the
crispy,
fenugreek.
and also it coming out is much easier because there is the gluten free, you know. Because rice flour literally helps it to be lifted very nicely. So that's why the rice flour, and also crispiness, you know, for crispiness. Even for all the namkeens we do at home, you know, the crispiness is very important. For that, always they add rice flour to it.
Okay.
So now let's wait, because you know that you see it lifting on the sides. So that means it's almost getting ready.
And also there's a little dryness in the middle. So
Yeah,
it feels,
in the
looks
middle,
a little
yeah.
dry. So that's important too.
So when you lift it over and then put it on the other side, then that part is being taken care of. Only when you make onion rava dosa, which is the next one I am going to show after finishing this. I will make one more of this to show how it is done. Then we will go over to onion rava is only one side. So you put it, keep it for a longer time and then take it out to eat, you know. So now it's almost coming off. Can you see? It's helping you lift it. So this is what is very important. You see, it should come off nicely, and then
not pan out, pan, it's not the regular pan we used to,
but
right?
still it has come out.
Yes.
Because I was asking for a flatter pan. Flatter pans are always useful to come on all sides.
And a griddle will work perfectly. Electric griddle will work perfectly.
Griddle. Griddle is very good actually. But this is good
and also
enough.
you can make many at the same time.
This tells you that we should be happy with whatever we have, and then we should do it. We should be able to. A good cook is one who can do and convert anything into a useful utensil. You see, that's what we should try to do. Instead of complaining, you know, my mother always told me, never complain. Just whatever you have, be thankful and keep on doing it, you know. So
that's very good advice.
So now almost it's both the sides are done. So I'll show you one more thing to do, and then we'll go over to the onion rava dosa, you know. This is onion is optional. If you want, some people like onions always. So those people can always add a little onion to taste it better.
So the one good thing about using onion is, I know some sects of people won't want to use onion and garlic.
Yeah.
But the one thing about onion is it actually adds a little bit of prebiotic.
Yes. With rava dosa, you know, any shape it falls off, but it tastes wonderful ultimately. So that's what is beautiful about rava
And
dosa.
everything needs to be served hot. So it's ideal to get from the stove to the pan.
And the restaurants, when you go to Indian restaurant, please taste their rava dosa, because they are not afraid of calories. They put a lot of oil in it. If you don't mind too much oil, they do it so perfectly, you know. I think you should go in for rava dosa, which is crispy and tasty also. Now,
and you use ghee. You don't have to use oil. You
now
can use
it's
ghee.
almost, it's doing well. So what I will do is, this is the onion rava. So I put the onions I chopped, you know. These are chopped onions. So I put it on top.
It will just go on top of it.
Yeah, okay. So now we can take the idlis off, I think.
I'm busy taking out the rava the idlis. I'm dosa, and she's taking out the idlis.
I'm taking the idlis out of the dumpling pan, you know. So idlis are ready. I checked it with a toothpick to show that it's coming out all right. And then this looks pretty good.
Okay,
So
I just about finished making this dosa. You'll be making some chutney that goes as an accompaniment.
Yeah.
And to that you add, what are the ingredients you're adding?
Yeah, first I have to temper everything. So for tempering, I will be adding a little bit of mustard seeds, cumin seeds, and then some urad dal, and then some green chilies, and then some channa, and then peanuts.
Chana is actually chickpeas, split chickpeas.
Chickpeas, split and then the skin removed chickpeas is channa. So that's what we are going to add. First we'll do the tempering and then add all the ingredients and put it on top of the coconut together, so that chutneys are usually the accompaniments, so that it enhances the flavor of the food you are eating. So most of the houses, they have chutneys most of the time. So some chutneys are sweet chutneys, some are very, very hot chutneys. Chutneys can be varied according to. So now what we will do is just add the green chilies.
Curry leaves normally, but our curry leaves
ran out of it, so that's okay. So now this is the coconut. You put it on top of the coconut and then you are going to grind them together with a little salt.
Our dosas are just about done. We're just about finished with this one. You're going to be doing, you put all your tempering spices together with your coconut and cilantro, which is now just ready to be blended.
Blended, yeah. So enough salt to add, and all the salt is also added. Now I am going to blend them together. Here everything is tempered except the coconut is raw. Except the coconut and cilantro all are. Add some more water.
So you add like half a cup of water.
Yeah. Then it's enough water. Now some people want it very dilute, some people want thick and so on. So adjust the water according to your.
Ready? Yes, there you go. It looks really good.
Yeah.
So Raji, we've done a great job. You've done a great job with Sunday with brunch any day, not necessarily Sunday, or it could be dinner, light dinner. So we've done the idlis.
Idlis, yeah, rava idlis.
Again, semolina. We did rava dosa, which is semolina again. We did coconut chutney. They all complement each other, makes a perfect balanced meal right here. Yeah. So you're going to show us how you normally would serve them?
Yeah. Usually what we put the dosa and idli. Usually any one will be there, but in this case, I'll put 2 idlis in. So that is the normal size we serve, right? So 2 idlis and 1 dosa. Dosa I need to use my hand, otherwise it will tear off. Okay, this is the dosa and this is another dosa. And then we'll put little chutney in there. This is what I put it here is 70 plus 60, and then the coconut chutney is nearly 60 calories. You see. So this is a whole meal actually. It's very filling, but always they say don't eat too much. You have to, whatever your appetite is, you have to eat only 3/4 the appetite, then only you can live healthy. That's what we were told when we were growing. So I think it forms a very low calorie meal to eat also and healthy.
And till we meet again, if anybody wants to contact me anything about these recipes, you can write to flavorfuleats@gmail.com. It's always available at ActonTV.org or YouTube channel Flavorful Eats. I am your host, Amsha Naidu. Till we meet again. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.